Assalamu alaikum. My name is Abdul Malik, and I'm here to bring you our first installment of Islamic Inspirations. We're here in Jamaica, Queens, at Masjid Alhamdulillah, and we're here to interview resident Imam Charles Aziz Bilal. So just follow me, and I hope you're inspired. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. We praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for allowing us to be alive and allowing us to be able to be Muslims. We thank Allah the Almighty for Muhammad the Prophet, peace be upon him. And we thank Allah that we have a leader like Imam Nabi Muhammad to lead us in this community. I am Imam Charles Aziz Bilal. I'm the Imam of Masjid Alhamdulillah at 12103 Sutton Boulevard, Jamaica, New York. And we're just here just to talk about the community, where we started at and where we're going, and hopefully inshallah Allah bless us to be successful. To start off, I want to say that Allah has blessed us to start this community in 1994. It was started off as a venture from our family, and because of the need of the community in 1994, we decided that we would turn the building into a masjid, inshallah. And from 1994 on to today, we have stabilized the community. We have grown as an Islamic community. In 1994, we came together and we began to fix the building up to the point where it could become a masjid. We have a cellar here. We have a place for our youth here. And of course, the community was somewhat in disarray. We had drugs that was infested in the area, the prostitution. It was just a lot of things in the community that was not desirable. So Allah Ta'ala blessed us to come together with the police department and community people here in the Muslim community to come together to somewhat clean the community up. So in 1994-95, we went on a mission to, inshallah, to clean up the community, and Allah blessed us to do just that. We called all the Muslims around the city, in Brooklyn, the Bronx, and Queens, and Manhattan, to come out to support the mosque here, a newly developed masjid. And Allah blessed us to bring about maybe 200-300 Muslims out, and also the police department and the community. So we was able to clean it up. This very building here was a building that were the drug lord home. He lived here, so he drugs here. Everything was coming out of this building. And Allah Ta'ala blessed us to clean it up. So the area now is decent. The crime rate went down, and we thank Allah for that. In 1995-96, we decided to, because the community was such in disarray and people in the community was so frightened of the area, we decided to figure out a way how we could bring the people out of their homes, because they was primarily in prison. So we, as a Muslim community, decided to start a unit in the community street fair. We started in 1996 to help bring the people out. So we developed this neighborhood fair called Unity Community Street Fair to bring the people out of their homes because they was frightened. So Allah blessed us to start our first annual Unity Community Street Fair in 1996. And from that point, the community was so much free. The children was outside playing around their bikes, jumping ropes, and the adult senior citizen felt very, very safe. So Allah blessed us to somewhat rid the community of some of the undesirables that was here at the time. At that point, in 1996, we decided to start our youth program, Keep Elevating Youth Services, called KEYS. We started that program, and we were granted by the youth department in the city of New York a grant to help us develop our youth program. So we started a tutorial program here from 3 to 6 p.m. To tutor our youth from the age of 10 to 14. And it was very, very successful, and we also started a martial art program here for them also. So we are a very small community, but a very, very active community. In 1997, we began to realize that we needed also to start developing some kind of business to economic base. where the community will not be so dependent on the charity of the believers. So we began to venture out in different ways on how to develop our economic development program. So we ventured into areas of business, and certainly you live and you learn. And so we kept developing, and hopefully, inshallah, we'll be able to develop more business in our community. In 1997, of course, 98, Allah blessed me to go to Rome with Imam W. Muhammad, visit the Pope, and that was a very, very enjoyable occasion. Myself and 40 other Imams of Imam Muhammad community, we visited the Pope in Rome, and we traveled the area, and it was very, very enlightening and enjoyable. I thank Imam Muhammad for that. In 2000, I made my Hajj. I went to Mecca and made my Hajj, fulfilled the fifth pillar of Islam. And Allah has been blessing us to be successful, inshallah. And from that point, we began to really figure out ways and means how can we keep the community afloat and develop a business economic program. So Allah blessed us to secure some land in this area where believers got together and bought the land for $30,000, and we decided to really build a masjid and economic development on that land. However, it didn't work out like that, and Allah blessed us to eventually sell the land, and they began to fix the mosque up here a little better, and at the same time venture into an economic development piece, where now we, at this point, 2006, we have secured a restaurant, a Crown Fried Chicken restaurant, about maybe 7 or 8 blocks from the mosque, and hopefully that'll be developed into a economic development program, be a kickoff. So we have plans on hopefully, inshallah, developing real estate, restaurants, and other avenues of endeavors. Imam Muhammad has also brought in his program in terms of suits and etc. We want to invest and embrace his program, inshallah, and bring the suits to Queens and begin to give to people the spirit of the community, and also to sell the goods of Imam Muhammad mission. So we're doing a lot of things here, and we pray Allah that Allah bless us. In the year 2000, going back to year 2000, Allah bless us to decide to venture into the political arena. Myself, I ran for New York City Council in year 2000, and Allah bless us to make a good showing. We lost the race about maybe 2,000 voters, and so it was a good start. And Allah bless us where we began to get more influence in the community. People began to respect us more because they see the Muslims now are beginning to vote, and they begin to realize that the importance of voting is very important. So we ran in the first time. We lost by 2,000 votes, and we decided to, to run again for the second time, and Allah bless us to lose this time by 300 votes. So we're making progress, and we're going to decide, inshallah, to run again. Hopefully we'll be able to win this time. But we know the importance of political involvement, because in this society, especially in America and around the world, political involvement is very, very important. People vote are people who are alive. If you're not alive, then you don't vote, because the importance of voting is a matter of life and death. Everything comes through the vote. You have to vote. And this is one of the missions of the Muslims. The Muslim imams and those sheikhs and alims, whoever they are, they have to encourage the believers to vote. Because this is where all the finance come through. You have to know people and know political leaders. If you don't know anyone, then your community will not develop and thrive the way it should be. We have to begin to show the community that it's very important for the community to vote. Now I know there's Muslims who say we shouldn't vote because America is not our country. But I'm not part of that group. I was born and raised here. My forefathers were brought here by slaves, by the slave master, and they was enslaved. And so I don't have no plan of leaving America. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm going to stay. This is my home. So I'm not trying to go anywhere else. And I think my leader Imam Muhammad is teaching the same concept, because this is America, this is our country. Why should we leave when our foreparents have given their lives and their blood and their sweat and tears for this country? It's more ours than anyone else. So we deserve what this country has that's good. So we have embraced the Imam Muhammad leadership. We have embraced the teaching on political awareness. We are embracing those people, whether they're Muslims, Jews, or Christians, or others, who are like-minded, who understand the importance of political involvement. So we are doing our best to be good Muslims. We're doing our best to be good human beings. And we pray Allah that Allah bless us to be successful in the future.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to the Tahira Show. Today's episode will focus on the Islamic youth and their experience on fasting during the month of Ramadan in public school. They will share with us their experience on what they face fasting in public school. Welcome back to the Tahira Show. As we all know, today's episode is focusing on the Islamic students in public school and the fasting during the month of Ramadan. And as I thought of this show, I kind of reflected on when I was once in public school and when I had to fast. And it was kind of challenging because, you know, I like snacking. So we just want to hear what they experienced while they were fasting in school. And my first guest is the only female today, and she's an 11-year-old student who was in 6th grade, and her name is Rashida Muhammad. Rashida Muhammad, please come out, hon. So Rashida, what school did you attend?
I attended PS 84 on 93rd Street.
Okay, great. And how was fasting for you?
Well, really, it was a little hard. Then, like, in the middle, it got a little easier.
But before we get into that, we want to bring out our next guest, who is 11-year-old Khalil Shabazz. Khalil Shabazz, please come out. Assalamu alaikum, Khalil. And what school do you attend?
PS 125.
Good. And how was fasting for you?
It was kind of hard because to see everybody eat and everything.
Okay.
It was alright.
We're going to get into further details on why it's hard, because even some adults struggle when they see somebody with a juicy steak during lunchtime. You got to hold on and be disciplined. We're going to get into that. All right, our next guest, we have two more coming out. Our next guest is 16-year-old Patrick Livingston. Patrick, please come out. Assalamu alaikum, Patrick. And Patrick, what school do you attend?
Futures Leaders Institute.
And where's that?
Located on 122nd Street between 7th and 9th.
Okay, cool. And how was fasting for you?
It seems good to me.
Seems good? Great. I want to hear more about that, so you just hold your thought. And our final guest is my brother, Mukarram Muhammad, who's 11 years old and in 6th grade. Come out, please, Mukarram. How was your fasting experience?
It was kind of hard.
It was kind of hard. We're all going to share exactly what we experienced while fasting.
Speaking, what's your name?
My name is Joycelyn Avery. I'm a student at Medgar Evers College.
Yes. Okay. And how do you feel about the police are saying that his vehicle was used as a threat?
I'll sum it up in general. Ever since I was a child, I've watched the news and read the newspaper articles, and this keeps happening over and over. And my question is, how long do we let Al Sharpton and beloved Jesse Jackson go at this struggle alone? It's time for the new leaders, and the new leaders have been born, and we're here to make a statement. No justice, no peace.
Now, I made a mistake. Khalil is not 11. He is 12 years old. Excuse me. Correction. We don't want to send the wrong information out. So again, we want to get into our fasting in school. So Rashida, you mentioned that it was kind of hard. What was the hardest part about fasting in school?
Well, actually, the hardest part was like seeing people sit there in front of me, and like after school when they go out, like I just leave or go straight home.
Khalil, how about yourself? Like, come on, you can move in. Don't be scared. Don't freeze up now. How about you? What was easy for you during the month of Ramadan?
School, in school, like what they do, like sometimes, like first when I was, when I just started fasting, I told my teacher that I was gonna be fasting, all right. So somehow, she was like, all right. So somehow the word just got to one student, and it just spread around the whole class. Like they be asking me questions, like are you Muslim? Just being annoying. I see.
Oh, so you find it annoying when they ask you, are you Muslim?
Yeah, because they keep on back to back to back.
Mukarram, tell me, how is it Mukarram when you're fasting? Like,
It was like when I go to my school, they serve breakfast.
yeah.
And I was hungry every time I got there because it was like, oh, you going to breakfast? And I said, oh, I can't. So
Cause you started smelling the donuts and the waffles, right?
And then when I went to lunch, like they had pizza, mozzarella sticks, and chicken nugget, and I wanted some so bad, but I couldn't. So, like my friends, I gave it to them since I didn't want it.
Oh, well, I reward you, Mukarram. Patrick, tell us about your experience fasting.
Well, the most challenging part is when they ask me certain questions, most of the teachers, why are you not eating lunch? I'll be like,
And what you say?
I fast during the month of Ramadan.
Right.
And they realize it just that quick. They be like, oh, so you're Muslim? I was like, yes. And every student in my class just asked me the same question, are you a Muslim? What do you do during the month of Ramadan? What keeps you motivated during the month of Ramadan? And when I'm at home.
What actually keeps you motivated? Yeah. Wow. I didn't even think to ask you that question. What did keep you motivated during the month of Ramadan?
Well, trying to focus more on
We're gonna count, the main thing is the 50 shot. That's what we focus on. So we're gonna keep count from 1 to 50. We're not saying that all cops are bad. Not all cops are bad, but all the bad ones, they need to take them out from our community. So we're gonna go 1, 2 until 50. Let's go. We ready to go? 1, 2, 3.
And we're back from our commercial break. Eid, let's talk about Eid. Okay. Quick, because we're running out of time, so we're going to do this real fast and real quick. How was your Eid in 10 seconds? Mm-hmm. Yes, how was it?
It was fun.
It was fun? Fun. How was your Eid?
My Eid was nice.
It was nice?
Fun.
Ooh, nice and fun.
Yes.
In Atlanta, I heard Atlanta had a ball out there. ATL be doing it up for the Eid. How about you, Khalil? How was Eid for you?
The Eid was exciting, fun, and very, very, very good. Very nice.
Good, good, good. How was your Eid?
Fantastic.
Great. Now, since we're still talking about school, did anyone explain to your classmates why you're going to be out of school that day? Like, I'm not going to be in school because I have Eid. Like, did anybody explain it to their classmates? What did you say, Bashira?
Well, that's what my teacher actually, because she was like, oh, we're going to do this tomorrow. And I said, I'm not going to be here tomorrow because I'm not going to be here this week because I was in Atlanta, because it's my holiday.
And what she say?
And she was like, oh, well, what do you like, can you explain to me your holiday? And I tried to explain to her the best as I can, like, my holiday is something that we celebrate because we only got 2 holidays.
Right. One more thing, because I just have to do this because I love talking about this. Okay. One quick, in like 2 seconds. Let's talk about iftar for 2 seconds. What was your favorite meal during iftar? 2 seconds.
Can you go back to me?
What was your favorite meal?
The cake.
The cake?
Food.
What meal? A meal?
Oh my! Oh, there was some greens, some chicken.
Greens and chicken. What about you?
Some rice.
Greens and chicken.
Chicken and
How about steak? I'm gonna tell you, I had this smoke. I had this turkey wing and French fries with mashed potatoes. Ooh wee! It was delicious. Okay, that's that. So the children experience in public school was not gruesome. It was not dreadful. It was challenging, but they made it through. So this is what the children do face while they're in public school, fasting during the month of Ramadan. So now that we all shared with the world our experience, inshallah, may we have helped some other children, even adults who fast and go through what we go through in school or at work. One quick thing before we leave is, if you could change your school, what would you change about your school? In 1 second.
I would change, like, the type of environment. Like, it's not all about the cultures or the colors. It's about your work.
In your work. How about you? What would you change about your school in 1 second?
Really, my school's kind of dirty, so I would like to be a little cleaner. I would like us to have more activities.
More activities.
And
if you can change your school, what would you change about your school? What would you add to your school?
More staff.
More staff? And how would this contribute to your education and fasting as a student?
Like, there'd be 2 teachers in every class.
We hear that, 2 teachers in every class. If you could change something about your school, what would you change about it?
It would be after school club, so kids won't be hanging around the street.
You hear that? This is our youth. This is what we have. We want to thank you for joining Tahira's show. Inshallah, sisters, we are coming to town near you for a fashion show. If you feel you have what it takes to be on the Tahira show, to share with the world your fashion, please let us know, because we do travel to a city near you, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum and thank you. Assalamu alaikum, say assalamu alaikum. Wave, y'all, wave. It's around.
Just want you to know that I'm here, and you can't hold it back because it is here. I just want you to know that I'm here, and you can't hold it back because it is here. Preparations have been made, the stage ready. All players, man your marks. It's gonna get heavy. You didn't know it, but you were waiting for it. It's live up in this place. It was well worth your wait, 'cause I'm here, and I ain't going nowhere. I've arrived, so all the haters better run and hide. It's time.
This is Barakatz News reporting, and I'm standing here with someone who happens to be out here a part of the demonstration. I'm so proud of this wonderful woman who's walked all of these blocks. Who walked all of these blocks. She walked all of these blocks, and as we see, you know, she's not as young as, as the rest of us, but a beautiful woman she is. So now, what is your take on this whole situation, demonstration? How do you like how it's going?
I think it's an incredible demonstration. I just asked a cop who, they moved them around a lot, how many people he thought was here. And he said, you know, I don't know. He said, but I'm guessing. He said, just an estimate, up to 8,000.
Oh, okay.
Which is cool because he all seemed to be with it, but then they called him off somewhere. But this is great. I mean, there are so many people here. This thing just went on and on. We actually didn't have any trouble with the police, which is amazing.
So what brought you out here today?
The injustice, the inequality, the economic, the social, the brutality, the education inequalities, the things that push people into groups for the power class to beat up on drives me crazy. If it's not economic, it's social. If it's not social, it's ethnic. If it's not ethnic, they'll think of something else. It's your sexual orientation. It's wrong, it's immoral, it's unethical. We're all basically the same. Good people and evil people are the exception. Those people are not the same. And I just hope that we don't stop. I don't care if we bankrupt the city with marches. We got to show them we can't quit. This isn't the last one. We got to keep marching, and we got to make them bigger and bigger and bigger till they line up from one side of the river to the other side of the river before they start marching. And that's what we got to do. And we got to shut down shopping, shut down consumerism, status symbols.